Hello, this is author Brant, and today we're going to be reviewing my Ancient China book. So let's go ahead and flip the page. Let's go ahead and flip the page. Oh my goodness. Here we have the table of contents. Page 1, Development of Civilization. It started around 7000 BCE. They began building farms and villages along the Yellow River. First stated to settle around 5000 to 6000 BC. At this point, they founded a metal named bronze. This was called the Shang period. Soon they started making pottery, which was part of their first decor. They were also used to hold stuff. For instance, a bowl held food. They had men called pecking men that would go out and hunt for food. The beginning of ancient China ended at the end of the Shang period. Types of government. Ancient China had a government that was ruled by dynasties. China's large populations demanded a strong central government. When one of these dynasties became dominant, their king would become emperors. Emperors are supposed to set a classy and good models to their subjects. The Chinese government was way strict. Social classes. First social class is the king class. People in this class were the most respected and owned the largest amount of land while ruling the entire kingdom. The second social class was Shi. Shi were gentry scholars in the time Zhou and Shang dynasty. They got certain privileges that other people didn't. Earlier, these people were known for their war skills. The third social class was Nong. The Nong class were peasant farmers, but were considered higher rank than craftsmen. They were valuable members of society because they produced food from the villages. The fourth social class was Gong. They were composed by craftsmen and artisans. They engaged themselves in developing crafts and goods. The fifth social class was Shang. They were traders and merchants. They lived in the lowermost social class. Lowermost social structure, but had a significant amount of wealth. No matter how much they tried, they could not achieve good status in society. In the beginning of ancient China, early settlers built villages along great rivers. Major events occurred. In the beginning of ancient China, early settlers built villages along great rivers. In 221 BC, Qin Shi Huang became emperor and built the Great Wall of China to protect them from the Mongols. In 250 AD, Buddhism is introduced into China, being one of the first religions. Genghis Khan unites the Mongols under his rule in the 12,000s. In 1912, ancient China ends in the Anxiety Revolution. Everything in ancient China was important because it led up to this wonderful life. Major ideas developed. The Great Wall of China is definitely one of the major ideas developed because it protected ancient China from enemies. Silk cloth was invented in 2696 BC, which provided more comfortable clothing. Fun fact, the umbrella was invented in ancient China. Buddhism was introduced into ancient China, but it was a major idea because it started religions. Paper was invented in China, which helps us a lot today. Important people. Han Wudi, original name Lu Qi. Han Wudi was the 7th emperor of Han Dynasty and ruled for 54 years. He thoroughly consolidated the autocratic state of centralized power and federal society. He began his reign in 141 BC and extended Chinese influence, secured his designation at age 7, and was the 11th son of Jinji 156 BC to 87 BC. Qin Shi Huang was the first emperor of ancient China, and he founded the Qin dynasty. He united all of China under one rule, and he built the Great Wall of China. He had 700,000 men build his tomb throughout his life. He was the son of a lowly merchant and was obsessed with living forever. Tang Tazong ruled during the Golden Age, Tang Dynasty. He helped his father overthrow the Sui Dynasty. He was born in Wagwang and had a pretty good childhood. His father was an emperor, but liked him the best. His older brothers got jealous, thought their dad would pick him for emperor, so he tried to kill them, but failed. Instead, he killed them. He was the one to make taxes fair. He died of illness later on. The last one is the continuation of China. Ancient China really did end, but China kept on going. Although ancient China ended, China became a large civilization now in the present. Today, China is so crowded they have a rule where you can only have one child. Now, this point is kind of like the author's note, but I just want to thank you for reading my book and hope you learned a little bit about our own civilizations. Make sure to check out other books about their civilizations. Glossary. It has a meaning of the Yellow River, a river that flows straight through China. Peking man who hunt for food. Dynasty, a period in time of ancient China. And social class, a judgment of wealth and jobs. Thank you guys for reading my book. And